You're watching the Faithful Fan Talk Podcast with your host, the Noster. Featuring live takes, news updates, game reactions, with real Lakers and 49ers fans. And now, time to get right into it with your host.
All right, everybody. Welcome. Hope everybody's having a good week, having a good day, whether you're in the car, whether you're at work, or whether you're at home chilling. Or if you're sick like me, I'm like, I have nothing else to do. But anyways, I'm going to try to get through this video and do the best I can. My voice is a little raspy. I'm trying to get over a cold from earlier in the week, so apologize if I have to clear my throat a little bit. There, got that out of the way. Anyways, word of advice, by the way, before I get started on the podcast. Content creators out there, make sure you check your audio and video settings before you record. Don't do what I do. I had a recording already set up and I accidentally had the mic muted the whole time, so video came out great, just no audio. So you can't make this stuff up, man. Anyways, we're gonna do a take two here and get started. Now, as I was saying, this show today is going to be, we're going to talk about the NFL draft, post NFL draft, and more specifically talking about the reaches from the 49ers, from the coaching side, if you want to be more specific. There's been a lot of reaches in the NFL draft. And Kyle Shanahan had an interview not too long ago on the Rich Eisen show, and he laid out his theory on how he picks in the NFL draft. But we all know from all the previous NFL drafts from 49ers have had, how awful they've been, how horrendous they've been. And so we're going to kind of give a breakdown this year of the draft picks that coaching and has had a hand in this NFL draft, and why the 49ers still cannot to this day seem to do any good on their picks. Now, this is what separates these good teams from the excellent teams, the teams that can actually get you to a Super Bowl and win the damn thing, not just get you to the Super Bowl. And I mean, it does take health, obviously, and when there's no health, when you have players that are down, you need to rely on good draft picks and good ones, well, at that, to get you by. But because we've constantly missed year in, year out on these picks, is why we are in the shape we are in today. So, having said that, before I even get more further into the show, make sure to like the channel, like the video, meaning subscribe to the channel, get notifications so you can get alerted when a new show comes out. All right, so there have been a total of 8 draft picks from the 49ers this year. And 7 of the 8 NFL draft picks for this year have been considered reaches. Now, I'm going to actually Google this so you guys could see for yourself. I'm going to go share this screen here, and I want you guys to take a look what I pretty much typed up. Now, this is Google AI, or Google search. And I pretty much just said, what is a reach? For those of you who don't know what a reach is in the NFL draft, it pretty much lays it down right here. A reach in the NFL draft occurs when a team selects a player significantly earlier than their projected value. And that is what has happened on a lot of these draft picks. So it suggests that the team has overvalued the player or could have drafted them later. Now, Look at this. The 49ers are used as an example of this term, reaching. Now, if there's anything worse than that, I don't know what is. You using the 49ers as a perfect example of reaching in the NFL draft, just complete embarrassment to where the 49ers are at right now as regard to how they draft. 49ers saw several draft picks criticize his reaches. Players ranking at 70 ranked around 77. In extreme cases, picking a player ranked 398 at pick 127. So, you're going to tell me that the 49ers consensus far outweighs the consensus from the big board, from media. And yet you're saying that you believe that your theory on drafting players is far better than what the consensus, the general consensus is out there. And every single year you continue to miss out on key players that you could have had. I mean, take that for what it's worth. I mean, I got a couple of examples here on a couple of players here. Let's just go over this list really quick and go over the reaches. DeJon Stribling was the 33rd pick in the NFL draft. He was projected to be taken in the 3rd round. They got him in 2nd round. And 79 spots earlier than what he was supposed to be projected at. Then you had Romello Height, who's an edge, was taken at pick 70. He was supposed to be taken at 77. Keelan Black, running back, 90. He was supposed to come out later, 97 spots later. You have Carver Willis, you have Ephesians Prysock, you have Jaden Duggar, and Enrique Cruz Jr. All considered reaches in the NFL draft. The only one who wasn't a reach was Grayson Halton, who was considered a steal. He was taken later than what he was supposed to be projected at, pick 70. So you're telling me that you trust your coach more than your personnel in scouting out your roster. I don't know about you, but I would not trust my that's like saying, hey, I got my own barber and I'm going to say, hey, you want to remodel my kitchen? I don't know if I trust that. I mean, and then you got another example. Hey, you're running a restaurant and you got a chef and you got your baker. Are you going to trust your chef to bake? Are you going to trust your baker to make you a filet mignon? Two different skill sets. So I think the fact that Kyle Shanahan, because he's highly regarded as a powerful coach in the organization, they're giving him a lot of free reins to run this how he sees fit. But that does not translate into winning all the time. So you got to get your act together. I understand he's one of the winningest coaches, but when it comes to drafting personnel and drafting the right people for the future, you have to rely more on your personnel. I mean, at some point you got to put your foot down and say, hey, you know what? Do your coaching at another time. Let me step aside. Let me run this show, because you obviously are not good at what you do on this end. And that's how it's got to be. Sometimes you just got to put your foot down. But maybe there's some talk in the back end that we don't know about. I've heard that maybe John Lynch might be shifting to a different role. There are talks. I don't know. I've heard that they may be taking place secretively if you just don't know it. And if there is, hopefully it's for the better. Maybe they restructure in the front office for the better. But until then, right now, they got to get their act together and put the people they got to put their people in their damn place. So, having said that, I welcome anybody to join the show. We can have a discussion about this. Feel free to like the video, subscribe to the channel. Remember, feel free to comment. But like I said, there's a time and there's a certain roles that should not be assigned to specific people, and I just don't see Kyle Shanahan as trustworthy in this process. What do you guys think? Am I wrong or am I right? At some point, you just gotta change your strategy when something's not working. So, anyways, I've had enough to say about what I needed to say this week. Hopefully next week we can have a longer episode once my throat gets a little bit better. I hope you guys have a good week, and until then, I'll talk to you guys later.